miss. Let's keep moving. It's on your right. Here.
No. No, I'm usually in charge of the second and third.
Here we are. Good luck. She's all yours, sir.
Sophie Roy, I'm Detective Maurice Tremblay. Let's see. 21 years old, working at the Clownton for over a year. Husband?
I'm sorry?
Are you married?
No, not yet. I live with my mother. She's sick, so I have to take care of her.
No father.
No. It's always just been me and my mom.
All right, Miss Roy. I need you to tell me everything that happened, starting with this morning.
Au parc La Fontaine, les filles s'en vont et s'y promènent au bras des garçons. Tu les entraînes au cœur des buissons où elles étrennent l'amour en saison. Tu les enchaînes dans un tourbillon de vrais poèmes, car dans les frissons naissent toujours les plus belles chansons d'amour. Au clair de la fontaine, j'ai vu dans tes yeux mille couleurs. Quand la claire fontaine s'amusait au jeu de nos deux cœurs.
Document's done. Now just a bit of tidying up and I can go on break.
Longtemps de ce vieux parc, la fontaine, tu dans tes grands yeux,
Good enough. Nothing like a well-made bed. I'm guessing you've seen better days, but you're obviously still important to someone. That's a lot of money to owe. Just what did you get yourself involved in? Only menswear. Are you in town for a business trip, maybe? And voila. Good as new. I should put the pillow on the bed. I'm not carrying it around.
About that nut house they want to build next door?
Yeah, it creeps me out. Imagine all the weirdos who'll start hanging around the hotel.
I can think of someone who'll feel right at home. Look at her, always glued to that gossip magazine.
Do you think she has any real friends? Or is it just Gracie, Joan, and Marilyn?
Well, when your own life is that dull, you need to get your excitement somewhere. Oh, did you see Rebecca come in this morning? She was wearing the same clothes.
Now, don't you think it overreacting? This is exactly the kind of behavior Linda warned me about.
She's doing everything she can to break us apart.
Sophie speaking.
Hey, it's Beth. Do you think you could come up real quick?
Sure. I'll be right there.
You're right, you shouldn't.
Now I realize I've been blind. I was so in love with you that I couldn't see.
What?
What did you do?
Let's see what Beth wanted to talk about. This leak really needs to be fixed. I hope the weather doesn't make it worse. Poor Nicole. No one should be stuck cleaning up the reception hall after... Hey, Beth.
Hey there. So, who's sleeping?
Sleep... what?
You were whispering just now on the phone, so I thought maybe Eugene or Bobby were napping in the break room again.
Oh, yeah, no. It's Jacques and Wendy. They were, in the middle of something.
Ugh, it's so awkward when they start making out like no one's watching. Get a room. We literally work in a hotel.
They weren't kissing this time. They were fighting.
Oh, this is entertaining. I mean, oh no, why?
I'm not completely sure, but it sounded like Linda had something to do with it.
Ugh, that bitch.
Beth?
Trust me, she deserves it.
I don't get why everyone hates her so much. Linda's always nice to me.
To you, maybe, but she's just the worst to every girl she perceives as a threat.
A threat? A threat to what?
I don't know. Her place as Bernard's right hand, I suppose.
So, you're saying I'm not a threat?
I'm not saying that. I'm saying Linda thinks that, but that's her mistake. I know there's more to you than meets the eye.
Oh. Thanks. So, you said you needed me? My help, I mean.
Oh, right. Wanna guess why?
Did you see a mouse again?
You make it sound like that would be no big deal.
It would. Wouldn't it?
Well, what if it was a rat?
Didn't you tell me you were raised on a farm? Those little creatures shouldn't scare you.
Ugh, that doesn't make them any less disgusting.
So, is there one or not?
No rodent is involved, thank God. A nice gentleman decided it was time to redesign the lobby and helped us by knocking over that vase on his way out of the hotel.
That's it?
I would do it myself, but the last time I tried to leave the front desk, Bernard emerged from his lair to scold me about procedures and whatnot.
Well, we can't have the beauty of the Clarington Hotel take absence from her throne, can we?
Oh, the people would riot.
Bernard especially.
Bernard's hardly the people. Anyway, I have to get back to work. There's a mop in the supply closet next to Bernard's office, I think.
Thanks. I'll see you around. Linda's been putting these everywhere lately. It's weird that Bernard allows it. That smell. If only we were allowed in there. Chocolate mousse cake. Maybe Bobby wouldn't mind sneaking me a slice. Ugh, no. Bernard would have both our heads. Okay, let's get that mop from the supply closet.
Linda, Wendy's great at her job. Guests absolutely love her and...
Not just guests, apparently.
Oh, God damn it, Linda! I only like her because guests like her. Making sure guests are happy is my job, after all.
You don't seem to care whether I'm happy.
Listen, if Wendy wasn't doing her job, that'd be another story, but I can't just fire her without good reason.
What if she stirred up trouble among the staff? Would that be a good reason?
Curiosity killed the cat.
Oh, Andrew, hi. I'm sorry, I was just...
Spying on our manager?
No, I heard something, and I...
Hey. It's okay, I'm just pulling your leg. I'm sorry I scared you.
I'm not used to having people around me while I work.
Yeah, you're always working alone up there, aren't you? I actually think it's the first time I've seen you down in the lobby. Don't tell me you've been sent to clean up after the Valentine's Day ball.
I heard the girls talking downstairs. Apparently guests went wild.
More like unhinged. Mrs. Wilson almost broke a chandelier, and we kept finding chewed up olives in the weirdest of places.
I hope the rooms won't reflect that.
I hope that too. For your sake. You must see plenty of weird stuff while you're cleaning.
Yeah.
What's the weirdest thing you found in a guest's room?
It's a bit gross.
Oh. I hope it's got nothing to do with bodily functions.
God, I hope so too. A few weeks ago, I walked into a room and found the trash can filled with cucumbers. Like, whole cucumbers. And some of them were carved, and I threw the whole trash can out that day. Don't tell Bernard.
I won't. Oh. I better go help Beth. It's hell here with the snowstorm.
It's okay. I need to,
Yeah, alright. Take care.
You too.
As if it wasn't enough having to deal with endless letters of advice from Raymond.
Raymond? What does he want?
He wants me to lower room prices. Make sure the hotel stays accessible to everyone.
Oh, I can hardly believe you two are from the same family. In the States, you'd be sent to jail for those communist ideas. I hope you're not considering listening to him.
Of course not. It's not like I have a choice anyway. With the renovation cost overruns, the hotel's gonna go under if I don't raise prices. Anyway, the last thing I want...
Bobby made it very clear he doesn't like anyone walking into his kitchen uninvited. Okay, Sophie. Time to clean up that mess.
I'll have a word with our kitchen staff to make sure it doesn't happen again. Well, that sounds a bit excessive, don't you think? Of course. We're all grateful that your employer chose the Clarington for his stay, but... All right, yes. I'll speak to my manager and see what we can do. Was there anything else I... Yes?
A film roll? The guest must have dropped it when he knocked over the vase. Probably should return it to him. Ew. I better throw that away. Now I just put the leaves back in the vase, and it'll be like nothing ever happened. Maybe Beth remembers who knocked over the vase. He'll want his film roll back. There's something so peaceful about looking out at a storm. From the inside.
I understand, Mr. Ramsey. I wish I could make the snowstorm disappear. I really do, but sadly, that's not within my power.
Beth, who knocked over that vase?
Mr. Spade.
Mr. Spade?
Well, I can check with the airport and let you know when flights resume. Until then... Yes, I know. You've said that already. But... no, that's very unlikely. Well, you're welcome to speak to my manager.
So, which room are you staying in, Mr. Spade?
Well, for that, you'd have to talk to my manager's manager. Would you like to contact him? Sadly, he doesn't have a phone. He's a bit of an old-fashioned fella.
No, that's not it.
Yes? Yes, certainly. So first I suggest finding a nice little corner where you can kneel down, all right? Then you clasp your hands together and...
Beth said Mr. Spade.
How much you want the snowstorm to end. It may help to repeat his name, too.
Room 505. Great. That's on my floor. I can return that film roll without going out of my way.
Making fun of you, sir. No, I never dare. No, I'm dead serious. If anyone can make the snowstorm end, it's him. Hello? Sir? Oh, well.
Oh, shock. Now's not tempting, but every penny adds up, Sophie.
Hold it, please. Phew, made it. Thanks.
You're welcome.
Was it you who cleaned the puddle by the restrooms?
Was I not supposed to?
Well, Eugene asked us not to touch anything until he's repaired the leak, but it's probably safer this way. Someone could have slipped on it.
Which floor?
Oh, 6th. Thanks.
What's the big rush?
I need to bring this to our VIP guest, the one who rented the entire floor.
Oh, is it that British man I keep hearing about? Why does he need a bucket full of snow?
No idea. I don't even ask anymore. It's just the latest in a long series of strange requests.
What do you reckon he'll do with it?
Take a bath, maybe? Sometimes I wonder if he's just pulling an elaborate prank on me.
Can't you tell me who he is?
I've never actually met him. I always talk to his assistant. Only Bernard knows his identity.
Oh.
I do have a suspicion, though.
Oh?
But I'm not sure I should say it.
Can't you at least give me a hint?
Okay, let me think. Whew. Saved by the bell.
Hey, come on. Don't leave me hanging.
Let's just say I like to prolong the suspense.
Wait. Is that the hint?
Who knows?
Fair enough. Have fun up there.
You too.
I should return Mr. Spade's film roll. Room 505 is on my list anyway. Does carrying this everywhere really make us better maids? Bernard seems to think so. Being invisible has always come easy to me. Maybe too easy. Everything must disappear. Makes us sound like magicians. Everything must disappear. Telling apart the treasure from the trash can be tricky sometimes. Mr. Spade? Mr. Spade? What is this? Looks like prescription drugs. But what are they for exactly? I should bring that back to my cart.
Clarington Hotel reception desk, Beth speaking. What can I do for you on this very fine day?
Beth, it's Sophie. Can I speak to Andrew, please?
Yeah. Hold on. Andrew? Andrew?
I'm here. Clarington Hotel reception desk. Andrew speaking.
Hey, are you okay?
Hey, Sophie. Yeah, it's just... my trip to the 6th floor took longer than expected.
Oh, I'm sorry to add to your plate, but I really need your help.
Sure. What's up?
I think Mr. Spade's stalking me while I work.
Mr. Spade? Why would he...
I don't know. He took pictures of me. I found them hanging over the bathtub. He set up a kind of dark room.
Jesus. What are you doing in them exactly?
I can't believe I'm about to say this, but sometimes when I clean the rooms, I get a little curious and, you know, snoop through our guest stuff.
Oh. And Mr. Spade caught you in the act?
Yes. I think we should call the police.
Whoa, slow down a minute.
But...
Sophie, there are pictures of you invading our guests' privacy.
But I didn't steal anything. I was just snooping, I swear.
I believe you. But others might not. With those pictures, it could really blow up in your face if a guest were to complain about missing items.
So I just leave? Do nothing?
That's not what I'm saying, but I think you should try to get a better understanding of the situation before you tell anyone. I've given photography a shot before.
Really?
At least I planned to. Did a whole lot of reading, and didn't quite get to the doing part. Anyway, the point is that dark rooms like that take a lot of time and effort to set up. It seems unlikely he went through all this trouble just for a few pictures. I'd bet there are more of them, somewhere.
Are you telling me I should snoop around?
Well, it's nothing you haven't done before, is it?
Andrew?
Nah, come on. A little joke's never killed anyone.
Any idea where I should start then?
Well, according to my notes, Mr. Spade asked for the combination to his room's safe. There's a good chance he stored more pictures in it.
Maybe, but I don't have the code.
Maybe I can... Give me a sec. Shoot.
What?
Bad news is, I can't find the combination list. Good news is, we can probably do without it. Most guests write their code down to make sure they don't forget it. So, say you wanted to look for it, I could keep an eye out and call you if I see our mysterious photographer return.
Okay. Yeah. Thank you.
No problem.
Oh, and Andrew?
Yes?
Please keep this between us.
Of course. Don't worry about that.
There has to be a key somewhere. Okay. If reception gave him a code, maybe he wrote it down. Somewhere. You're pawning off your possessions? What do you need the money for? Beaver Lake. I took Mom skating there just a few weeks ago. These look like numbers. Sort of. These look like numbers. Sort of. These look like numbers. Sort of. I just visited the oratory for the first time in years. This has to be a coincidence, right? This was the sale where I found that winter jacket that Mom loves. Were you there too? Harry's diner too. Were we ever there at the same time? You didn't strike me as much of a doodler. One man's trash is another maid's trash. Something tells me you won't be missing this. I hope you weren't eating those beans. Is this a floor of the Clarington? That's my schedule. Just how long have you been watching me? Morgan, is that your real name? Why did you check in under Mr. Spade? request to move to 507. Why did you want to change rooms? Could that be a reminder for the safe combination? What do we have here? The storm must be getting worse. I hope Mom's not too bored without her TV shows. I'd forget my own head if I didn't write everything down. I guess we have that in common. Did you intend for me to discover your little dark room? Or did this just fall down? That's a lot of film. How many pictures have you taken, Mr. Morgan? You spent 10 years in a psychiatric hospital. And it looks like you left with a long list of diagnoses and prescriptions. Is he here?
Who? Oh, Mr. Spade? No, he's not.
Andrew? You said you'd call if he was coming back to his room.
Right. I did, right. Sorry about that.
Oh my god, Andrew. I nearly had a heart attack when I heard the phone ring.
I'm so sorry, Sophie. I couldn't help but check in. Did you find more pictures of you?
No, I haven't. But I did find something else.
What is it?
He's got a kind of yarn map of Montreal on the wall.
Whoa. Like they have in the movies? What is he tracking?
Me, I think. The map's marked at a couple of spots. They're all places I visited recently.
Jesus. Did you... have you found anything on him?
He seems to have spent some time in a psychiatric hospital.
Oh, he did? Well, a lot of people do, really. More than you'd think. It's not that weird. What does he suffer from?
According to his file, insomnia, anxiety, memory loss.
He's probably been through some pretty traumatic events. So is that all you've found, then?
I found some evidence that points to his real name being Paul Morgan. Mr. Spade must be an alias.
The Maltese Falcon!
The Mal what?
I can't believe I didn't notice it earlier. The Maltese Falcon. It's a book centered around a private investigator named Sam Spade.
Oh, you don't think Mr. Morgan's a PI too, do you?
Well, if he is, then he's not exactly being subtle about it. It's like being a spy and using James Bond as a pseudonym.
James who?
Never mind. It's from another book. Did you find anything else?
I discovered an army picture taken in Belgium in 1944. I think he was in World War II.
That would certainly explain his symptoms. Imagine all the horrors he must have seen. Do you know which division he was in, by any chance?
The 99th Infantry, I think.
Huh. The Battle Babies.
The Battle Babies? That's a weird nickname.
That's because most of the soldiers in the 99th were inexperienced. Still, they fared well against the Germans. Got medals of honor and everything.
I think he may have pawned his Medal of Honor. I found a pawn shop slip in his room.
Really? He must have been in dire need of money then. Most veterans wouldn't part with their medals so easily.
Well, a room at the Clarington isn't exactly cheap.
Yeah, not anymore. I hope he'll be able to get it back. Did you, find anything else?
I'll know more once I open the safe.
Wait, you figured out the combination already?
It took some work, but yes.
Wow. You're a resourceful gal, aren't you?
I have my moments.
Well, I'll leave you to it then.
Okay, I'll call you back.
Please do. And I won't call again unless Mr. Morgan returns. For real this time.
All right, thanks. I need to find some clues to decipher that code reminder. Damn it. Come on, Sophie. Damn it. Okay, Sophie, you should probably put this down. Now. M and H. M and H. Who are they? Are they guests here? That was taken in the lobby. should make sure I've checked every page of the journal. You're going through their trash? You really want to find out what M and H are up to, don't you? Why are you following them? And who's sneaking out at night? So many questions. This looks like Beaver Lake. Let's put those on the bathroom shelf. Oh, I left the clean towels on my cart. I'm sure I'll find more laundry to add to the pile. M and H. Maybe Andrew could find them in the logbook. I should call reception. M and H could be in danger.
Clarington Hotel reception desk, Andrew speaking.
It's me.
Oh, hey. Just a sec. Beth, could you cover for me?
Again?
Pretty please? Sorry about that. So, I take it you opened Morgan's safe. What was in it?
A journal.
Oh? Does it say why he's stalking you?
No, but it seems he's stalking 2 other people as well.
2 other staff members? Who is it?
No, they're guests. I don't know their names, though. I was hoping you could find them in the logbook.
Oh, yeah, sure.
Are you alright?
Of course. Sorry. I'll just need some more info to narrow the search. What do you know about them?
Mr. Morgan refers to them as H and M.
It could be initials, or maybe, I don't know, husband and mistress?
Oh, I hadn't thought of that.
Yeah, I'll need a little more to go on.
From what I can gather, it seems they're together.
Okay, so we're probably looking for a room with a double bed then.
Do we have a lot of couples at the moment?
Well, seeing as last Friday was Valentine's Day.
Oh.
So yeah, a lot. Wait a minute. There's There's a couple staying in room 509. Hector and Marcella Cruz.
Hector and Marcella. H&M.
My thoughts exactly.
Do you know anything about the Cruzes?
Well, I was there when they checked in. Handed them a couple pamphlets on tourist attractions. I remember noticing that Mr. Cruz wears the same cologne as my father, but...
That's not much to go on.
Yeah, I know. Do you, perhaps, have room 509 on your to-do list?
I do, actually.
Would it be wrong of me to suggest you do some...
Snooping? I guess that's what I'm known for now.
Nah, don't worry. I'm sure we'll find a better legacy for you.
I'll call you if I find anything.
Watch out, alright?
I will. I promise. I must have forgotten my keys in the break room again. I'll need my keys to enter room 509. I should probably check the break room. Huh. Carol seems sweet. If I wasn't so bad around new people, maybe we could be friends. If there's anyone to be in a book club with, it'd be Andrew. Maybe I should join this. Yeah, Linda's not exactly, my door's always open, come on, it's locked. Eugene must be running around trying to keep the hotel in one piece. It's locked. Fine, keep your seat. People don't usually leave these unlocked. Open sesame? Nope, no luck. The way they look at each other, you can tell it's the real deal. Off limits. Shoot, it's locked. I guess I'll have to get Linda's master key instead. Hypocrite bitch? What did Linda do? And to whom? That'll do. I'll just have to make sure I don't forget to return it. Glenda, you're not even trying to hide the daggers in your eyes. Tempting, but every penny adds up, Sophie.
What is it?
Wendy? It's Sophie. Are you alright?
Do I sound alright?
No, I guess not.
Just leave me alone. I don't want to talk.
Okay. Sorry for disturbing you. I really should give Wendy some space. Right, the master key only unlocks the guests' rooms. I'll have to get my keys later. At least I can get into 509 now.
Hey, Sophie.
Oh, hey, Andrew. On break already?
No, not yet. I have to deliver something to our VIP guest.
Again?
Yeah, the requests just keep on coming. What about you? Aren't you supposed to be in 509?
I'm heading up now. I just had to grab Linda's master key before I could continue our investigation.
Ah, gotcha. What a day, huh? Tending to an eccentric VIP guest, discovering, well, what you discovered in 505. Pretty exciting as far as a workday at the Clarington goes.
Yeah, that's definitely one way to put it. That's not all, though. While I was looking for my keys, I found some graffiti on Linda's door.
No way. What is it?
The words, hypocrite, bitch, in red lipstick. I wonder who could have written it.
Call this an educated guess, but Wendy has a pretty solid motive to me. You'd have to be living under a rock to miss how Linda's been treating her lately.
Bernard's already on his last nerve today. If he catches wind of more drama between Linda and Wendy, the stress might kill him.
Well, that would certainly make Beth very happy.
I don't know the first thing about running a hotel, but the amount of pressure he must be under, I don't think any good would come from adding to that.
Yeah, you're right. Heads would definitely roll. I don't even want to think about the drama. Interpersonal conflict makes for a good read, but in real life it can be a bit much to deal with. You've always been good at staying above it, though. You get along with everyone.
I don't think I get along with everyone, but some people are worth getting friendlier with. Like you.
Oh, thanks. I'm glad not everyone around here thinks I'm a complete bore. Wait till Beth hears this. Well, it was nice to chat. Don't let me keep you, though. I have to head to maintenance anyway. Maybe Eugene can help me find the product our guest of honor is looking for.
Yeah, we both got a lot on our plates today.
I'll be ready and waiting for your updates on H&M. Take care.
You too.
first step should be to tidy up a bit. Searching a clean room is easier than searching a messy one. Looks like someone had quite the shopping spree. More work for poor Rebecca. Hang in there, Reb. These are lovely. I wish you'd had more confidence in yourself. I'll hold off on throwing this out just yet. The food's practically untouched. One of our more expensive bottles. Was there a special occasion? SW. Looks like you had a few appointments with him, Mr. Cruz. Or her. SW. Looks like you had a few appointments with him, Mr. Cruz. Or her. This person looking for you back in Texas. Was he really just a coworker? Wow, you look like a couple out of a magazine. Someone's been sleeping here. I should leave it as it is. Cruz got her personal information stolen. Is Mr. Morgan behind it? Locked. It looks like the code is made up of 4 letters. shade is really striking. Whoever wrote this is as much a reader as they are a doodler. Am I reading this right? The account's been emptied. You don't see someone withdraw $5,000 every day. Just what could have made you empty out your entire bank account? Looks like someone tore that note apart, but I'm missing some pieces. I can't make out what's written. These symbols, they look oddly familiar. These scribbles don't look random, but I can't figure out what they mean. Maybe I'll find more of those torn paper pieces if I keep cleaning the room. Hello? Hello? Andrew? Is that you?
Clarrington Hotel reception desk.
Andrew?
Hey, Sophie.
Did you just call me?
No, I didn't.
Then who called?
I'm not sure I understand.
Someone just called, and they said nothing. All I could hear was static and breathing.
That's pretty unsettling. Hang on. Hey, Beth? You got a minute?
No.
Give me a second, Sophie. Okay, so Beth tells me she just patched a call through to 509.
Did she recognize the caller's voice?
Oh, do you think maybe it was Mr. Morgan?
Yeah.
Let me check. Okay, it was a male voice, but she's not sure whether it was Mr. Morgan's or not.
Did she notice anything else?
She says it sounded like a bell rang in the background, like an elevator bell. So she assumed whoever was calling was one of our guests.
You didn't see Mr. Morgan come back to the hotel, did you?
No. I get why you're on edge, but I don't see any way he could know you're in 509. I haven't spoken to anyone about this.
I know you didn't. Can you ask Beth not to patch any calls here for a while?
Yeah, sure thing.
Thanks. I haven't had time to check all of 509 yet, so I better get back to it.
Wait a second. I just remembered something about this morning. I can't believe I didn't think about it before.
What is it?
A few minutes after Mr. Morgan knocked over that vase in the lobby, I saw Mrs. Cruz rush out of the hotel, all alone.
Really? Do you know what time it was exactly?
I think it was a minute or two after 10. What?
I remember hearing a loud noise on the 5th floor right around that time. Like a door slamming really hard.
You think it was her?
Maybe. Did you notice anything weird about her?
I don't know. She passed by the front desk so fast I barely had time to see her. Although...
Yeah?
I've always seen the Cruzes as a pair. I suppose it is a bit odd that she left without her husband. Maybe she was sneaking out. Or maybe she was following Mr. Morgan.
Yeah. Hopefully I can make sense of all of this.
I'm sure you can. Give me a call as soon as you've found something, okay?
Okay. Thanks for the info. It's some kind of code. Could I break it?
Oh, these symbols match some of the ones on the torn message. That's one of the symbols. That's one of the symbols. I should keep an eye out for those symbols. Yes, these are part of the same set. I think I can use this. More of these symbols. Just what I was looking for. That yarn map Mr. Morgan has on the wall of 505. Weren't there some peculiar doodles? Symbols, maybe. No combination, no entry. Yes, these are part of the same set. I think I can use this. Yes, these are part of the same set. I think I can use this. More of these symbols. Just what I was looking for. That yarn map Mr. Morgan has on the wall of 505. Weren't there some peculiar doodles? Symbols, maybe. More of these symbols. Just what I was looking for. Yes, these are part of the same set. I think I can use this. Yes, these are part of the same set. I think I can use this. Yes, these are part of the same set. I think I can use this. Lindsay, did something happened between the two of you before she died? Yeah, no surprise Bernard denied the request. Mrs. Beaumont's been here so long, we could probably just put her name on the door at this point. I've definitely seen those symbols on some of the things in this room. Maybe I should take another look around. What were you apologizing for? And were you forgiven? I should keep an eye out for those symbols. SW. Looks like you had a few appointments with him, Mr. Cruz. Or her. That yarn map Mr. Morgan has on the wall of 505. Weren't there some peculiar doodles? Symbols, maybe. Oh, these symbols match some of the ones on the torn message. Oh, that's one of the symbols. You don't see someone withdraw $5,000 every day. Just what could have made you empty out your entire bank account? Yeah. I think these match the symbols on the papers I collected. That yarn map Mr. Morgan has on the wall of 505. Weren't there some peculiar doodles? Symbols, maybe. rough. How are you supposed to support yourself when no one will give you a job or a place to live? I don't think I'll need this again. More of these symbols. Just what I was looking for. More of these symbols. Just what I was looking for. Yes, these are part of the same set. I think I can use this. Yes, these are part of the same set. I think I can use this. That yarn map Mr. Morgan has on the wall of 505. Weren't there some peculiar doodles? Symbols, maybe. I've definitely seen those symbols on some of the things in this room. Maybe I should take another look around. Yeah, I think these match the symbols on the papers I collected. You don't see someone withdraw $5,000 every day. Just what could— Aha! I'll have to remember these. Aha! I'll have to remember these. That yarn map Mr. Morgan has on the wall of 505. Weren't there some peculiar doodles? Symbols, maybe. No combination, no entry. I should wait till I have more to report before calling Andrew. More of these symbols. Just what I was looking for. That's one of the symbols. That's one of the symbols. Yes, these are part of the same set. I think I can use this. I will leave notes in the vent next to your room.
Clarington Hotel reception desk. Andrew speaking.
Hey, Andrew, it's me.
Sophie, did you uncover anything in 509?
I did. I found a message written in strange symbols. A kind of secret code.
What? Awesome. Did you crack it?
It says, I will leave notes in the vent next to your room.
In the vent? What an odd thing to do.
Yeah. And whoever the message was intended for went through a lot of trouble to hide it. It was torn in 12 pieces and scattered in 3 different trash cans.
So the Cruzes are keeping secrets from each other. Do you think maybe one of them's having an affair?
I don't know. It really looks like blackmail.
Blackmail? What makes you say that?
I found a bank statement belonging to Mrs. Cruz. Her account was emptied very recently.
Emptied? No one does that unless they're in trouble. Or traveling.
What do you mean?
Well, they're not home, so they do need their money handy. Plus, a trip can be pretty costly. It's weird, but it could be anything. Did you find something else to back your theory?
I also found a letter from some sort of company, Fernie and Weissman. It mentions a security breach.
Targeting the Cruzes?
Just the wife. It seems some of her private information was stolen by someone.
Okay, it can't be a coincidence that she would withdraw all of her money right after a security breach. Whatever it is they found out, she was willing to pay them to keep quiet about it.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
It could be blackmail for sure. Do you think Mr. Morgan's the blackmailer?
What if the Cruzes hired him to find the blackmailer's identity?
By following them around and taking pictures of them? That's a weird strategy.
Maybe he hopes to catch the blackmailer the next time he gets in touch with them.
Yeah, that makes sense, I guess.
I'll go have a look at the vent that's mentioned in the message, just to be sure we're on the right track.
Good idea. It's almost break time for me. If you need my help again, you can ask Beth to patch you through to the break room.
All right. Enjoy your break.
Thanks, Sophie.
I will leave notes in the vent next to your room. But which vent? Can't open these without a screwdriver. Blocking the stairs seems dangerous. What if the elevator breaks down again? I'm sure I'll find more laundry to add to the pile. I might be able to find a screwdriver in the janitor's closet. Highest priority, huh? That means Eugene's probably working in Bernard's office right now. It sounds like Eugene asked Bernard to stop opposing the construction of the new psychiatric hospital. And Bernard was Bernard. Oh, Eugene. I had no idea. Huh, this must be Eugene with his daughter. He looks like a caring father. Shoot, no screwdriver. What's life without a little challenge? Wait, Sophie, you don't need these. Be careful. It's a slip. Shoot, no screwdriver. What's life without a little challenge? Eugene's a pro at fixing the fuse box whenever there's a power outage. Eugene must be down in Bernard's office. I should go ask him for a screwdriver.
It's, Miss Belivet, isn't it?
What? Oh, Roy.
Oh, right. You're the one who took last week off, aren't you? You had to, take care of your sister, I think?
Mother. My mother. She's very sick.
No, I hope this doesn't become a recurring thing. I need to know I can count on you.
I understand, sir.
What are you doing here, anyway? Are you on break?
Yes, I am.
Don't take too long.
No, I won't.
What's going on?
Oh, Andrew.
Oh, sorry. Seems I've made a habit of sneaking up on you today. Spying on Bernard again?
No, I'm looking for a screwdriver. For the vent. Linda asked Eugene to fix Bernard's window.
Ah, gotcha.
Eugene?
What the... maybe you should go have a look. You know what? I'll stand guard by the elevator and, holler if Bernard approaches.
Okay, thanks. I'll be quick. Opposing something that could help so many people just because it's close to your hotel? This is ridiculous. So, I take it the open window was not an accident. Can't say I blame you, Eugene. Aha! Let's get you to that vent. With this blizzard, Bernard's office will be a skating rink by the end of the day. Best to avoid that. This does not look like a nice brotherly check-in. I had no idea things were this bad between Bernard and Raymond.
Do you remember that loose tile from last week?
Yes?
Well, I'm afraid it hasn't been properly repaired.
What do you mean?
I mean that, it's still broken, sir. Someone put a rug on top of it, but you can still hear it crack. I'm just checking to make sure guests don't trip over it.
Is that part of your job description?
No. No, it isn't, sir.
Well, then I suggest you stop worrying about Miss Belivet. What were you doing in my office?
I was simply closing the door. Someone left it ajar.
Really? But that doesn't explain what you're doing on this floor. You know very well the cleaning staff isn't supposed to wander around the lobby for no reason. You wouldn't be lying to me, would you, Miss Belivet?
No, I swear,
It's my fault, sir. I spilled my coffee, and so I asked Sophie to come clean it up.
Your coffee? Mr. Rossi, you're not supposed to have beverages at the front desk.
Oh, right. I'm sorry.
Come with me.
Sorry. Time to see what secrets that vent is holding. Oh, I guess I'm free to disturb room 508 now. But that's where Bernard and Linda were. Ew. Meet me tonight in my room. Michael will be sleeping. We need to discuss our plan.
Clarington Hotel reception desk. Andrew speaking.
It's me.
Hey, you got anything good for me?
Yeah, but I also wanted to thank you for saving my skin earlier.
Oh, no problem.
I hope I didn't get you into too much trouble.
I wasn't in trouble, per se, but I did have a pretty awkward conversation with Bernard.
Oh, I'm sorry.
No, don't worry. It was just weird. He asked all kinds of personal questions. As just so unlike him, you know? But it's alright. I'd rather have that than his usual sermons. Anyway, did you manage to open the vent? What was in it?
I found another message written in secret code.
And?
It says, "Meet me tonight in my room. Michael will be sleeping. We need to discuss our plan."
Who's Michael? A guest's husband?
I don't know. It's the first time I'm hearing of a Michael in this story.
Yeah, the cast keeps getting bigger. I'll just check the logbook. There's a Michael staying in room 507.
Mrs. Beaumont's room? But she doesn't have a husband. She's here alone with... Oh! Michael must be her son. I got him some extra blankets the other day so he could build a fort.
That's really nice of you. So, Mrs. Beaumont is linked to the cruises, huh? I have a feeling we may be approaching the climax of this story.
I guess I should go have a look at 507, but it's not on my list. There's a do not disturb sign on the door.
How about I call up there? You know, to make sure no one's home.
Good idea.
Just a sec. Well, it looks like the room is ready for your snooping, my lady.
Thank you, good sir. I'll call you back. Looks like I'm headed to room 507. get to the bottom of this and find out what links these rooms together. A lovely shade of lipstick. Mr. Cruz, huh? Numbers, dates, times. What does it all mean? Looks like someone grew tired of looking at your face, Mr. Beaumont. He's all but outright threatening you. Oh, I hope you can stay as far away from him as possible. A lovely shade of lipstick. A suitcase wide open on the bed? You're almost making my snooping too easy. Ah, that's so sweet. I didn't do much, but I'm glad it meant something to you. Locked. The key has to be around here somewhere. So a husband can abuse his wife and just get away with it? And people like Linda still think divorce is wrong? Ugh. Funny how some games really stand the test of time. I used to play this with Mom all the time. Oh, Michael. Adults can be so confusing. I promise it's not you. So you were eager. Did Marcella send this? You know the drill, Sophie. Let's sweep and snoop. Sounds like this is from your school days, but the name of the sender is smudged. You almost look like Marcella. Bridget Boswell. Didn't I see that name somewhere earlier? That look in your eyes. What does it mean? And who is this from? Either a guest got a hold of our stationery, or this came from someone on the staff. Those few coins in my tip jar were getting pretty lonely. They'll appreciate the company. Funny how some games really stand the test of time. I used to play this with Mom all the time. The key for the chest must be around. Funny how some games really stand the test of time. I used to play this with Mom all the time. Aha! Keys are Snoop's best friend. I'll need another key to unlock this. Haven't I seen one just like this somewhere? That key looks so familiar. Why do I associate it with room 505? I don't think I'll need this again. Think, Sophie. Where have you seen a key like that one before? In a safe? This looks like Beaver Lake. This looks like Beaver Lake. Ah, there you are. With Marcella. God knows where she is.
Clarington Hotel reception desk, Andrew speaking.
Hey, Andrew.
Sophie, crazy timing. I've got something for you.
Oh, what is it?
I heard a certain Mr. Cruz and a Mr. Morgan had an argument yesterday evening.
Really? Who told you that?
Jacques did. Apparently, it got so heated he had to get involved. And it sounds like I was on the right track, because he heard a particular word thrown around quite a lot. Can you guess what it is?
Blackmail?
Well, that was your theory, remember? No, it's affair.
Affair? How bad was the fight?
I think Jacques got in the middle of it before it got too intense, but he said Mr. Cruz looked like he was about to kill Mr. Morgan. So Mrs. Cruz must be having an affair with him, right? And her husband found out?
Maybe, but that doesn't explain Mrs. Beaumont's involvement with Mrs. Cruz.
What do you mean?
I found a chest in room 507. I think it can only be opened by turning 2 keys at once. I found one of them in Mrs. Beaumont's things.
What about the second one?
Well, I remembered seeing a similar key in one of Mr. Morgan's stocking pictures, so I went back to check. Mrs. Cruz wears it as a pendant. It looks identical to Mrs. Beaumont's key.
Let me get this straight. Mrs. Beaumont and Mrs. Cruz own identical keys that open a chest with 2 locks? Okay, there's definitely something going on between them.
Yeah, but the answers probably lie in that chest, and I don't think I'll be able to open it. I've looked around room 509. I would have seen the second key if it was there. Mrs. Cruz must have left with it this morning.
Probably.
We were so close. I can't believe it all ends here.
Well, if you get me a candle and some plaster, I may be able to do something about that chest.
How?
I'll tell you later, okay? Just find those things, and I'll meet you in the basement as soon as I can.
All right. Thank you for not giving up.
I would never give up on you.
Plaster and candles. Well, half the hotel's under renovation. I should be able to find plaster somewhere around here. Great. This takes care of half of this little scavenger hunt. As for the candles, doesn't Rebecca keep some in her locker downstairs? So you do have a stash of candles. But where is it? Maybe Bobby took some candles from Rebecca already. No candles, but this looks like the laundry room. That must be the location of Rebecca's stash. Have I checked the break room? I think I left my keys there during my break. Gotta hold on to these tight. Stash uncovered. Reb, you won't mind if I just got a candle. Now, what next? Let's see if Andrew is around.
There you are.
I'm not sure I understand what the plan is here.
Well, I remember reading a spy novel, I can't remember the title, it wasn't that good, in which they used wax and plaster to make a key mold. I'm thinking we could do the same.
Are you sure it's gonna work?
Sure? No. In the novel, they used a special kind of wax, not candle wax. But I think it's worth a shot.
Yeah, you're right.
So let's do this, shall we? First step, pour the wax, I suppose? Careful though, the pot's probably hot. That's it. Nicely done. Next step, put the key in the wax, right? Better wait a few seconds before removing it. Looks good. Pretty sure you can take it out now. I think we're almost done.
Hold on.
All that's left
That's not what's
is
next.
to pour the plaster from the cup into the mold. Good job. So now we wait until it's dry, I guess.
How long do you think it's gonna take?
A few minutes, probably. We can poke it every now and then to check.
I bet you didn't think you'd be making a plaster key today, huh?
No. But I like it. I feel like I'm in one of those novels I spend my days reading.
What have you been reading lately? That's your book there, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a play by Agatha Christie, Witness for the Prosecution.
What's it about?
It's the story of a lawyer who takes on the case of a man accused of murdering an old widow. There's strong evidence against him, but the lawyer is convinced of his innocence.
Sounds interesting.
Yeah. Actually, there's a film adaptation of it playing at the theater right now.
Oh yeah, it rings a bell. Have you seen it?
No, not yet. I always prefer to read the book or the play before seeing the film. Hey, how about we go see it together?
Yeah, I think I'd like that.
Awesome. Lowe's Theater is not too far from here. Why don't we meet after work one of these evenings?
That sounds great.
Oh, look. I think our key double is dry and ready to go.
I can't believe it worked. I could not have done this without you.
Well, I'm glad I was able to be of some help. I should get back upstairs, though. I've been gone far too long already. Let me know how it goes with the key. Oh, and you should probably be careful when you turn it. Otherwise, it could break inside the lock.
Yeah, I'll be careful. Thank you for everything.
You're welcome, Sophie.
I've got 2 keys. Now, let's test them out. Be careful, Sophie. You don't want this key to break. Oh, shoot. Unlike my favorite bar, this one was black. Her alliterative name will surely take you back. These two sure love their riddles. Huh. Marcella invited you to the movies. Let me guess. You said yes. Doris Day. That's an alliteration, isn't it? Doris. I-S. Doris Day. That's an alliteration, isn't it? Doris. I-S. Unlike my favorite bar, this one was black. Her alliterative name will surely take you back. These two sure love their riddles. Unlike my favorite bar, this one was black. Her alliterative name will surely take you back.
Clarington Hotel reception desk. Andrew speaking.
Hey, Andrew. Got a minute?
I always have time for you.
I opened the chest in room 507.
Huh. It worked.
Yeah, well, the key did break inside the lock. I hope this won't lead back to us.
If it does, we can always skip town. Forge new identities. Change our fingerprints. So, what's in the chest?
A riddle.
A riddle?
I think it was written by Mrs. Beaumont for Mrs. Cruz. And I think the answer will give me the combination for a case I found in room 509. I could use your help with it, though.
That's awesome. I love riddles. Tell me, which part's causing you trouble?
Her alliterative name will surely take you back.
Intriguing.
Yeah, I'm not sure what alliterative means.
Oh, it's a series of words that start with the same sound or letters. Like perpetual peril. Does that help you?
A little bit. It could mean a lot of things, though.
You should look for a name and surname that start with the same letter. And I think the take you back part is a clue as well. It sounds familiar. Maybe it's a quote from a book or lyrics from a song. If that's the case, you should look for writers or singers' names.
All right. Yeah, that'll narrow my search. You're much better at riddles than I am.
And you're much better at snooping, so we complete each other. Is there anything else?
Here's another one. Unlike my favorite bar, this one was black. Do you know what this could mean?
This really isn't my area of expertise. Hey, Beth, you know bars, right?
Well, not all of them.
What about one that has a color in its name? Like the Orange Chair or the Blue Lagoon or something?
Well, there's the White Cat, but I don't think that's your crowd.
Oh, it's not for me, but thanks. Did you get that, Sophie?
Yeah, I did. I think I can manage from here.
Of course you can. You're a quick one. Anything else I can help you with?
No, that's all. Thank you.
My pleasure. I'm just glad I could finally put my riddle-solving skills to good use. Call me when you've opened that case.
You know I will. Unlike my favorite bar, this one was black. Her alliterative name will surely take you back. These two sure love their riddles. I should wait till I have more to report before calling Andrew. You brought your own mug? Well, I guess ours aren't quite as complimentary. Oh boy, someone's been living it up. Another fan of the Gossiper. I never did finish that article from this morning. That feels like so long ago now. What's the story behind this? Not exactly a cherished gift, if you just left it behind like this. Unlike my favorite bar, this one was black. Her alliterative name will surely take you back. These two sure love their riddles.
Eugene's a pro at fixing the fuse box whenever there's a power outage.
That novelist, Bridget Boswell, is actually you, Marcella? After all this, turns out you're a fan of Bridget? Of Marcella? That's a lot sweeter than I expected. There's a lot of stuff in here. I don't think I've looked at everything yet. I'm glad you were able to open up to Marcella like this. Everyone needs someone to talk to. An advance on my salary. So Marcella hired you. But what for? Oh, Lindsay's a man. Yeah, I guess it was presumptuous of me to think otherwise. There's a lot of stuff in here. I don't think I've looked at everything yet. Oh, Anne. Murder might be a bit much, but you deserve some kind of justice. So the symbols I've been deciphering, you invented them back in the day to keep your love secret. That feels really special. I do like a happy ending. I just hope that's where your story is headed. Oh, so you came to Montreal under the pretense of celebrating your wedding anniversary, but all along, you meant to reunite with Anne.
So this was all a story about star-crossed lovers, with the lovers in question being Mrs. Beaumont and Mrs. Cruz?
Seems like it, yeah. But I'm not sure whether they chose to meet here just to reconnect for a few days, or if there's something more to it.
Actually, I think I can help with that.
Really? How?
Well, some mail just arrived here for Mrs. Beaumont.
You've opened it, right?
What? Of course not. I mean, it's illegal.
Aren't you intrigued?
Of course. But I can't just... Oh, all right. I'll open it.
I am a bad influence on you.
Well, you've been doing all the snooping so far. It's about time I take a little risk, too.
So, what's in it?
It's a tourism pamphlet for California and 3 train tickets. What do you think this means?
I'd say Anne and Marcella are probably planning to run away from their husbands. Those train tickets must be for them and Michael.
So you're on a first-name basis now, huh?
Well, after reading so much of their correspondence, I kind of feel like I know them, you know?
Yeah, like characters in a book. I have to say, though, I'm still a bit confused as to how Paul fits into all of this.
I think Marcella hired him. I found some letters Paul wrote to her. He said that her proposition took him by surprise, and that he'd need an advance on his salary.
What would she hire him for, though?
I'm not sure. I didn't find the letter he was replying to.
And why did he have those pictures of you?
We'll probably never know. I think the trail ends here.
I guess investigations in real life always have some loose ends. I was kinda hoping we'd have this big third act reveal, to be honest.
At least it made our day pretty interesting.
That's for sure. It helped me understand you better, too.
Oh?
Why you snoop, I mean. Piecing together people's stories, learning what makes them tick. It makes you realize we may have more in common than it seems.
You're right. Which is why the next story I'd like to learn is yours, Andrew.
Oh? Am I gonna find you snooping through my apartment next?
No.
I would love to share my story with you, Sophie. You're the first person in a long time who's made me feel like I can. Would you come and see me when your shift ends? We could leave together, if you'd like.
Sure. If we're able to. With all that snow, I'm thinking maybe we'll have no choice but to spend the night here.
I guess that wouldn't be so bad. We could set up a pillow fort on the mezzanine.
A pillow fort? We do work in a hotel, you know. There are actual beds here.
Oh, I wouldn't be sleeping. I've got a reading list the size of the Eiffel Tower. This would be the perfect chance to put a dent in it.
That does sound like fun. I could bring my magazines and, ooh, maybe light some of Rebecca's candles.
Now I kinda hope we do get stuck here.
I just have to finish my tasks for the day, and then I can leave. That ringing. Sounds like the elevator doors are jammed. Mr. Cruz? Mr. Cruz. Oh God. Oh God. What happened? Is this about Paul? Does that mean... Mr. Cruz's life insurance, Marcella? Okay, let's not jump to conclusions. Please let there be someone around who can help. Poor Paul. Lindsay's death really hit him hard. He hasn't been in the best headspace. So Paul just needed to pass the time while Marcella was away. That's why he was observing us. Paul was hiding out right here. Did he ever find the person who was sneaking out at night? 9:45? So Anne and Marcella met here this morning while I was busy cleaning room 504. Oh, so Paul's work with Marcella was to follow her around like a private investigator, to help her with research for her novel. Paul really got into his role. He followed Marcella to Montreal even though she was done with her research. I have to get the power back on. A, B, and Beaumont. It's too big. I guess I'll need something pointier. I don't think there's anything here that would help me. It's too big. I guess I'll need something pointier. Think, Sophie, think. What can you use to open the fuse box? Okay. This looks like something I can use to open the fuse box. It's too big. I guess that worked, thank God. Now, to get the power back. How does Eugene do this again? Fuses. I probably need new fuses. How does Eugene do this again? Fuses. I probably need new fuses. Yes, this is what I need. Jean, what I would give to have you with me right now. Your note will have to make do. How did this end up here? Not much use without the rest of the code. Nothing. Maybe I need to move some things around. Nothing. Maybe I need to move some things around. Nothing. Maybe I need to move some things around. Power's back. Now, I should go down to the lobby. Call the police. Is there anything I've forgotten? Once I leave this floor, I probably won't be able to come back. I knew blocking the stairs would be a bad idea. I have to contact the police. I should be able to call from the front desk. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. Andrew? Where is everyone?
Montreal Police Service, Station 22.
There's a man dead. He's been murdered. I need the police.
Please stay calm, ma'am. Where are you right now?
The lobby, but the body, it's upstairs.
Can you give me the address, please?
Oh, 1178 Drummond Street.
All right, ma'am. Officers are on their way.
Thank you. Now, I just have to wait for the police.
Hey, you're here. I've tried restoring the power, but I think Eugene's the only one with the key to the fuse box, and Sophie? Don't worry, I'll find a way to bring the lights back on. Hey, you look a bit pale. Is everything okay?
I found Mr. Cruz. Hector.
He's back? How's he taking that whole thing with his wife?
You don't understand. I found his body. He's dead, Andrew.
Jesus. Maybe you need to sit down, huh? Did you call the police?
Yeah, they're on their way.
What happened? Was he sick or something?
No, I don't think so. Someone did this to him.
You mean... Jesus. Do you think it could be Paul?
What about Anne and Marcella? Their affair is a pretty good motive.
The police will want to ask you a lot of questions. You may want to be careful about what you tell them. With Paul's history of mental illness, there's a good chance they'll suspect him even if he didn't do it.
I think I know what you mean. Some people seem to assume that spending time in a psychiatric hospital means you're a murderous psychopath.
Yeah, they really do. You know, when I was 19, I studied to be a priest, but I felt so lost. I couldn't enjoy the things I used to like. I could barely get myself out of bed. So I ended up going to a psychiatric hospital. And the doctors, they helped me get back on my feet. But when I returned to my hometown, it was like I had become a complete stranger. My mother kept telling me I was making it worse in my head, but I swear, people were changing sidewalks when they saw me, looking at me as if I was this dangerous creature all of a sudden. That's why I didn't tell you that.
What?
Call it coincidence or fate, but that psychiatric hospital, it's the same one Paul went to. I've met him there, talked to him a bit. I'm sorry I didn't say anything before.
It's okay. I get why you didn't.
You do?
You know how I tell everyone that my mom's sick, bedridden? Well, it's true, but I always leave out the part about her illness not being physical. I'm ashamed of the truth. So even though I don't know exactly what you went through, I can understand.
Thank you for telling me. I know it's not an easy thing to talk about, but if you ever want to talk about your mom, I'm here. They're here. Promise me you'll be careful with the information you share.
Yeah. Yeah, of course.
Miss Roy? Miss Roy? Miss Roy!
Oh, sorry. I was distracted.
I really need you to focus right now. I don't want to be here all night, and I'm sure you don't either.
No. No, I don't.
So, as I was saying, we're trying to ascertain the circumstances of Mr. Cruz's death. Can you tell me how you came to find the body?
I was cleaning room 509 when I heard the elevator bell ring. Again and again and again. I thought maybe a child was playing with the doors, so I went out in the corridor, and that's when I saw him. All the blood and...
Why was the elevator bell ringing?
I'm sorry?
You said you heard the elevator bell ring. Why was it ringing? I assume it wasn't a child after all.
Well, Mr. Cruz's body was preventing the doors from closing.
Really? When we found the body, it wasn't that close to the doors.
Oh, the stairs are blocked because of the renovations, so the elevator's the only way out of the 5th floor. I had no choice but to move the body. Just a little.
Ah, so that explains the traces we found. Thank you for clearing that up. So, what did you do after that?
Well, that's when the power cut. So I had to go to the janitor's closet.
To access the fuse box.
Exactly. I changed a few fuses and turned the power back on.
But there's a lock on that box, isn't there? Did you have the key?
No, I didn't. Only Eugene does. But I thought an ice pick might do the trick, so I went to the ice machine to get one.
You're a size 7, I suppose.
Yes, I am. Why?
What did you see when you went to the ice machine?
There was blood. A lot of it.
Did you touch anything?
I might have touched a few things. Just to figure out what had happened to Mr. Cruz.
Of course you did. Why so many witnesses can't help but compromise the evidence is just beyond me. Anyway, what did you do after restoring the power?
I took the elevator down to the lobby. That's where I called the police.
Do you remember what you said to the operator? The exact words.
No, I'm afraid I don't.
You said, there's a man dead. He's been murdered.
That's possible.
What makes you so sure it was murder?
I just assumed. What with all the blood.
I'm afraid I don't believe that, Miss Roy. It's more than an assumption, isn't it?
I'm not sure I understand what you...
I know you like going through your guests' personal belongings. Safes left wide open, makeshift keys left inside of locks. You haven't exactly been subtle about it, have you?
Oh.
Now, unless you want me to arrest you for violating your guests' privacy, I suggest you tell me everything you know.
All right.
We've learned from one of your colleagues that the victim had a fight with a guest named Mr. Spade. What can you tell me about him?
He spent some time in a psychiatric hospital after the war. That's when he got into Mrs. Cruz's novels, and they really helped him.
Yes, I already know about his time in a madhouse. We called the place and they painted quite the picture of him. Did you ever see him display odd behavior in or around the hotel?
No. I mean, we've all got our little quirks, don't we?
Did he seem obsessed with Mrs. Cruz?
A little, maybe, but...
Obsessed enough to kill her husband?
No, nothing like that. We all have our obsessions. Me, for instance. I'm obsessed with celebrities and gossip magazines, and...
You don't seem to understand, Miss Roy. Mr. Spade is not like you and me. He may look like us, but he's not. He's dangerous and needs to be taken off the streets. So tell me, did you ever see him be violent or aggressive?
You're wrong.
I beg your pardon?
He is like us. We all struggle sometimes, some of us more than others, but there's nothing wrong with that.
You may not have noticed, Miss Roy, but neither of us are in an insane asylum right now.
He was brave enough to seek help. That doesn't make him a criminal. That doesn't mean he killed Mr. Cruz.
You know, I'm starting to worry about your own mental state, Miss Roy, since you're so eager to defend...
And I worry about your ability to do your job, Detective, since you seem to be such a...
Enough! One more word. Just one more word, and you'll be spending the rest of your night in a cell. Now get the hell out of here. I've had enough of you.
Bernard was strangely chipper on the phone. That can't be a good sign. Like, the atmosphere is so different in here. It'll probably be a while before the hotel reopens. Without Eugene, the lobby will be a swimming pool by the end of the month. Will the rest of the building even be standing? I'll need a mop to clean the puddle. With all the leaks, I'm sure there's one nearby.
I'll go empty my locker.
Andrew,
Hey,
are you okay?
I've just been fired.
What? No,
It's okay. I just need some time to process it. I'll be on the mezzanine if you want to join me afterwards.
yeah. Yeah, okay.
Ah, Miss Roy. Come in. I suppose you know why you're here?
I would guess it has something to do with the murder.
Well, you'd be right about that. We've been getting a lot of press lately, and not the good kind. I wouldn't expect you to understand the position I'm in, but I assure you, it's quite uncomfortable to have one's life's work blown away like that. All thanks to some sexual deviance and a nut job. It's obvious to me now that I haven't been firm enough. For guests of such morals to be comfortable booking a few nights here and committing such a horrid act? Things need to change. This means elevating our standards to the highest possible level, and it starts with the people working here. It starts with you.
With me?
Yes. From what I've heard, you've been quite the exemplary maid lately. Clean rooms, satisfied guests.
I take my job very seriously, sir.
As you should. We'll see for the future, but for now, you'll be allowed to continue working here.
Thank you.
I'm not done. The police have finished their investigation and left a mess on the 5th floor. I want you to clean it up.
You want me to go back there?
Yes, why not?
I found a dead body on that floor. I'm not going back.
I'll make this simple for you. If you don't do it, you're fired.
You can't fire me. Because I quit.
Sure. I fire you, you quit. It's all the same to me. Just make sure to empty your locker before the end of the month. That'll be all.
Hey.
Hey,
What a week.
you don't say. So what did Bernard want with you?
Well, he was being kind of a jerk, so I quit.
You what?
I quit. I figured there was no point in staying if you were leaving.
I'm flattered, but that really wasn't necessary.
I think it's for the best. Did Bernard say why he was firing you?
Well, I told him about my time at the psychiatric hospital.
Really?
Yeah. He said that didn't fit with the hotel standards and showed me the door.
So, what's next for you?
I think I'd like to be my own boss. No more Bernard looking over my shoulder. I've had this dream for a while of maybe opening a bookstore.
I can't say I'm surprised.
It just makes so much sense. I'd be able to combine the two things I love most, reading books and helping people. Granted, helping people find books is a far cry from helping them find God, but...
My mom likes to say, there's no job too small. Plus, just by the way you're talking about it, it's obvious it'd make you happy. And that's what really matters, I think.
Yeah, you're right. Thank you. I'm really glad I have you in my life.
Me too. Can I?
Kiss me?
Yes.
Please do.
That was...
Yeah. it was.
I've been thinking about Paul a lot.
Oh, really? Should I be jealous?
No, not in that way. I've been thinking about what he went through. And you as well. How you've been ashamed of something you have no control over. How I've been ashamed of my own mother. I don't want to be ashamed of her anymore. And I don't want to be ashamed of you.
Well, then let's be shameless together. Look, it may be hard at first, but I have a feeling a wind of change is about to blow. One day, struggling with your own mind won't be any more shameful than having chickenpox.
I really hope that's true.
It will be.